What's up, hobby friends, and welcome back to another Paint Bravely, a podcast where you can find a little bit of encouragement, discover new ways to make your hobby more fun, and most importantly, learn to paint bravely. All right, first thing out of the gate, I got some new headphones finally. They are future headphones. They're Bluetooth, they're wireless. I feel good. They're squishy, you know? Yeah, because my other ones were broken, right?
Why were they broken? They have wires?
Yeah, they had wires, and then one side broke, and then I kind of ripped that part off, and the other one still worked, and now we're good. Now we're good. But we are going to get into actual hobby stuff. We've been working on some stuff. We got some plans coming up, trips in the works, lots of hobby things. So yeah. What have you been up to last couple weeks, Brent?
Well, I've been getting ready to go to the Nova Open, and I have decided to enter the Capital Palette Painting Competition. And so I've been puttering along over here, working on an entry. Mm-hmm. And also notable, relevant, I tested negative for COVID today, which so really the last couple of weeks I've been working on that. That's a little bit of hobby progress for you. So
yeah,
I get to go to Nova.
Nice. That should help. You know, you just got over it and you're feeling better. Hopefully that'll provide a little bit of immune system boost or blocking or something.
One would hope.
hope. Yeah.
I got it at a time where I was like, okay, I got it and I didn't need to travel for like 4 weeks or so, and I was like, okay, I don't want to have to be sick, but I would rather have it now and be through it by the time it's time to go to a convention. But then it just lingered and lingered and lingered. And we're getting closer and closer to the day to Nova. It's like, oh no, am I going to Nova or am I not? But we're finally clean, we're healthy, we're good, we're going to Nova. And I think now that I've got a little more energy, I might be able to actually start making some progress on my entry.
Your entry. Yeah. Nova is like next week.
Yes.
It
is. I think I've got 5 days left to paint my competition entry. And at this point, I have not actually put any paint on the model that I have chosen, which is traditional. So
Yes.
But I'm feeling good about it. It's a small model, so how hard it can be, right?
It shouldn't take too long at all.
Look, I'm not going to win, so as long as it's painted, I'll feel pretty good about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's this competition. There is an entry fee to put a piece in. I think it's like $8 or something like that to enter a piece, which is very reasonable. But that makes me feel okay about just handing in a substandard, embarrassing piece of work. Like I'm not wasting the judge's time because that $8 is enough for old buddy Vince to look at it and sneer at it and say, this was painted with an airbrush with somebody who had his thumb on the trigger, and like this is no good. Put it in the pile. Move on to the next bit of judgment. Yeah.
Today I was perusing the YouTube, and I did see a video pop up in Angel Giralde's airbrushing video. And I was excited, but the thumbnail was basically him with his thumb on the trigger going, "Don't ever do this."
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah. It's like a tutorial on how to hold your airbrush properly.
Yeah.
No, I know. I thought that was very funny, and I did watch it, and it was great. If you want to get just told how to handle an airbrush in Spanish, then that's where you go. It's good.
So I took like 6 years of Spanish in middle school and high school, and I have no idea what the Spanish word for thumb is or any of the fingers. I got manos. I know manos. That's my hands. And I think if you can use any part of your manos to pull that airbrush trigger, I think you're doing a good job.
I mean,
and I don't think you should judge people for using a different part of your mono to pull the airbrush trigger.
I mean, he had some good points. Just saying.
Did he?
You know, yeah.
Huh.
You know, just techniques and specific things and control. You know, pinpoint accuracy and lots of different things. Obviously, being doing a base coat and some nice transitions. Yeah. You know, it doesn't require a lot of extra focus. But that was the point, right? It's like, yeah, of course you can use your thumb, do whatever you want, but eventually, if you're gonna build that like skill, it's gonna let you down. That's just what he said.
I don't believe it.
He knows what he's talking about. The dude is great.
All right, you look at your thumbs. Yeah, sure. They have one fewer knuckle than your index finger. I get that.
Yeah.
But they also have a smaller distance of travel than your index finger. And I feel like the number of muscle connection points and nerve endings in your thumb per distance has to be very similar to that in the index finger. And you know what? When we got these professional video game players, esports players going, and they've got rent money on the line playing Call of Duty 7, and what are they doing? Boom, thumbs right on those controller joysticks, right? Using their thumbs to get headshot, boom, headshot.
Yes, but
look,
I need no. I mean, you're taking that. You're putting it in a different arena for one, and everybody knows that a mouse and keyboard.
That's your wrist.
Far superior.
That's your wrist, you fool.
But my finger is what clicks the heads.
Taking a binary action, yeah, good work with the binary clicky click click clack clack clack. Yeah,
it's so quick and accurate. Just in general. Like the controllers are that you got dead zones in there, you got aim bots helping you to get to your target faster. There's all sorts of stuff. Controller, your thumbs are never going to be as good as the other things. That's all I'm saying. Still beside the point. Just saying. You can get okay.
If fingers were more precise than thumbs, I maintain that there would 100% be specialty esports controllers where the joysticks were on the fingers. There would be super expensive add-ons that you could get to modify there would be people holding their controllers upside down so they could get that sweet indexed I think we've gone too far on this, Casey. I think we're too deep.
I know, yeah.
I think we're too deep.
But you should definitely watch that video. It's pretty good.
I will. Thank you for the recommendation. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I thought that was super funny to see that. It was like killed me immediately. I almost like took a screenshot and just sent it to you. Like, look at that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You go and hold an N64 controller, and then you let me know how. Never mind. I don't even know why I bother. You people. Yeah.
Us people. Yeah. That's great.
My goodness. Look, the reason my competition piece isn't painted yet isn't because I'm using the wrong finger. It's because I've been messing around with the base for too long. That's the problem.
I mean, that's fair.
If you're working on a competition piece, you got to have a cool base. And if you give yourself 13 days to paint a competition piece, it's okay to spend the first 8 messing around with the base. That's fine. That's fine.
Because it's more important.
It's so important. All right. I do want to show you fine folks something deeply stupid. All right, let me show you the system I've developed. This system, if we're name dropping here, this is a system that was inspired by something that we saw Mamicon doing at Adepticon. So
inspired by, not the thing he was doing.
One of the things that Mamicon has done at Adepticon, yes. So Mamicon, very good painter, brings multiple entries to Golden Demon every year. and he transports them across, presumably, the Atlantic Ocean in a big wooden box. And to make sure that things arrive safe and sound, he screws the bottom of the plinths to the wooden transportation box.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say he screws them in, he travels with a power drill, power tools. Like a Black & Decker.
Like a handheld Black & Decker drill.
Yeah. I want to say power drill, but he's using the screwdriver attachment, so power screwdriver. Yeah. People normally use the word power drill, though. But anyway, so he gets up to the entry booth for Golden Demon. He pulls out his power drill. He starts unscrewing his plinths from his wooden transportation case, and it looks goofy, but hey, those minis, those display bases, they arrive safe and sound.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that. I was meditating on that. And I thought, look, I don't want to be traveling. Yeah, Snuffles, get the move. I don't want to be traveling with a power drill.
Yeah, the battery thing. They always ask you if you have the batteries.
Got
like the lithium
batteries.
It's like, oh, no.
I mean, you say no, but you know that Black & Decker...
I imagine if they... I thought, but it's not like... I mean, maybe he checked the bag or something. That would make sense.
That wouldn't make sense. I'm not checking a bag just so I can bring a power drill to the Nova Open. You know? That's... Not checking my bag just so I can bring a power drill to the Capitol Palette.
So instead...
Painting competition. So instead... Not a Phillips screw, but a thumb screw. That's what we need.
Okay.
Now, what if we lived in a world where you took your display plinths and you drilled a hole, and into that hole you placed a threaded insert. A threaded insert for a machine screw. So the bottom of your plinth has metal threads in the bottom. Yeah. And then what you could do is you could get a special bolt with a thumb screw on it and use that bolt and attach your plinth to whatever you wanted. In my case, the top of a jelly jar. So what I have here, display plinth, top of a jelly jar, bolt, big old stack of rubber washers, and then that's the rubber washers. Yeah. Those are for vibration dampening,
absorption.
Impact absorption, shock absorption.
I was
the
thinking
big old thumb screw here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's a tight connection. So I've got a display plinth firmly screwed down to my jelly jar top. And then what do? Jelly jar glass goes right on over. Hear that?
Oh, yeah.
That is secure and safe. Now listen to this.
It's in a glass jar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you have a nifty, display case for it.
Yeah, a little nifty display case. It's compact. I could put that right in the front pocket of my flannel on the flight. And the other thing is, I get stopped by security sometimes, and they're like, "Hey, what the heck is this thing that's showing up in our scanners? I need to take a look at this. Why do you have 100 glass slides with you? Why do you have a tightly packed box of metal miniatures or whatever?"
Yeah.
The nice thing about the jelly jar is TSA doesn't need to get in there and check stuff out. They can just look through the jelly jar and be like, "Hey, that's a little dwarf. That's a cute little dwarf. You seem like a weird guy, but you can go enjoy your trip."
Yeah, that's about as far as that goes, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, in an X-ray going through and having that at the bottom of your backpack, they're gonna stop you. They're gonna look at that and be like, "There's an inverted piece of something with these washers stacked with a screw going up through the middle, and it's like there's something wrong here. We need to look at whatever this is." I feel like you're gonna get stopped no matter what.
That's true. There's a lot of custom. Well, not custom. Well, yeah, custom. There's a lot of custom hardware.
Yeah.
We've got a jury-rigged device here that I'm very proud of, but
yeah, it looks great. No, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm very
and they
excited
will
about
compliment
this.
you on the work that you've done, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But they will 100% stop you. Yeah.
But now, if I were Mamicon and I had that all inside a wooden box, they have to open up the box to see what's going on. They don't have to open the box or just be like, oh, you got a weird little jelly jar with a little man in there. Okay,
for sure.
All right.
Cool. And I want to say his box, like I'm not 100% sure, but I think I remember him like unscrewing the front of it too.
Okay.
So it would have been much more difficult to like open it up and show them something.
I think there might have been big old buckles, but yeah, if you got to unscrew things,
I hope
and
so. Yeah,
because his models are going to be in his carry-on. But if you got your Black and Decker and your checked luggage, you got to be like, hey, TSA guy, you got a Phillips head for me. You got to.
Yeah, they don't just have those in their back pocket. They're like, we're not gonna open a random box here. That's not happening.
I don't think he actually screwed the box shut.
I hope not. I don't know. Something about it. Somebody, I swear, and maybe maybe it wasn't him. It was like somebody near him or something. I just remember that being a thing, like somebody having to like find a place to plug something in to like get their screwdriver to work or whatever. And I don't think it was him that did that, but I don't know. It's crazy, man. Too much going on.
Yeah. So legitimately, Mamicon's transportation solution inspired me to play around, to putter around, if you will. And
yes.
I made a little order from McMaster-Carr, which is an online hardware store, and I love it. I don't know if anyone else is familiar with this, but it's an online hardware store that is just so well laid out, and you can search for any piece of hardware that you want and just get the exact dimensions, and like if you want, you can get a CAD drawing or a CAD file for whatever bolt you want to buy. You get all the like material data on the strength and the ferromagnetism of the alloy that it's made out of. Like, So I spent $40 on hardware and $10 on shipping to make this project come to fruition, and I'm super happy with that. Like, in the depths of my COVID, I refused to pay any money for DoorDash. I was eating old raisins, and I was eating deep into the depths of my freezer. But I refuse to pay for DoorDash. But I will absolutely pay for some sweet hardware from McMaster-Carr so that I can attach my display plinths to my transportation solution. So, what's new with you, Casey?
Yeah. A lot of you just got to have the right priorities. It makes perfect sense. I think I would have just broken down. I don't think I could pull out the bag of raisins and be happy with that.
Well, it wasn't happy.
Okay, that's fair.
We're all frugal about different things. Like I don't go out to eat a lot, and I don't do delivery or anything like that. But when it comes to stupid hobby projects, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, and I do think that the jar with being able to tighten it down and stuff, that is nice. It is, and I do still 100% think that TSA will stop you, but it does look nice.
Place your bets now.
I'm going to. Already have a pool going with Trent. we're gonna see.
Trent.
Yeah. I've been doing a little bit of hobby, like not as much as I feel like I was doing, but still on the same path, right? So I ended up playing a Spearhead game, went down to the local shop and everything, and that was really good. But now I'm looking through all the armies, and I'm starting to just build out more stuff, right? So I've been working on a bunch of what are they? Gloomspite Gits, some goblins. Yeah. I've got a bunch of the old, like modular ones from back in the day, before the weird monopose ones that still look really good, but before that, the funky looking ones,
the first modular plastic night goblins.
Yeah. I got some. These little guys, nice little guys. They're bigger than the other ones by a good amount, actually. I think you can probably see that. And they're on little 25 mil bases. I did have to make them go on to round bases. Normally they're on the squares, but you got to do what you got to do. But mostly what I've been working on is just trying to put together the armies that I want to play in Spearhead and take them out and try them out. And I have a ton of goblins, right? Like we started on YouTube with goblins, so we've just been going for a long time. And I felt it was time. It was time to get back to these particular ones. And so I've been doing that.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time, actually. Like a good 5 years since I've painted a goblin.
Wow.
Sort of. Well, okay.
Since you painted a night goblin.
Yeah, because I think I painted one for like Adepticon or something that we got. I definitely did that, but yeah, like an actual night goblin. It's been that long, and most of the ones that I have, even from then, are like airbrushed yellow still, and not finished at all. Like I painted enough, and then they've been sitting. It did remind me of something though. So back then, like so I guess about 7 years ago, I have this very distinct memory of buying MoonClan Grots. Like after, it was like 6 months after the old world was like canceled, right? And my wife was pregnant at the time, and I was just getting back into Warhammer. Like I was on the website, I was looking at stuff, I started buying some stuff, and then I saw the MoonClan Grots on eBay. And you could get a set of 20, like with full command, on squares for like $15. It was next to nothing. Real good deal. So I distinctly remember being at the hospital, and like my wife is basically in labor, and I was buying MoonClan Grots on eBay. It was a good day.
You're thinking of baby names, and
yeah, basically that's what was happening. Now we ended up having to like wait around a lot, so I bought like, I don't know, a couple, at least 100 MoonClan Grots. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. It's just some weirdly tied together, like that will always be a thing, right? Like I got like a good 100 MoonClan Grots and a child in the same day.
Not bad.
Yeah.
One of those you got a pretty good deal on, and one of those maybe it was more expensive in the long run.
In the long run, yeah. They say kids
equal amounts of pride and joy from both.
Yes, exactly. It was a good day. But yeah, I'm painting some of the old ones, and hopefully I can get another game of Spearhead in. I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be fun.
Nice.
But yeah, doing that, and I've been slap chopping them all.
Okay.
Which has been good, but I'm doing like a little bit of a modified slap chop, and we did talk about this a little bit before hitting record, but like you had made a video about slap chop that I'm sure I watched like 2 years ago. And apparently we just came to that same conclusion. So I was priming in black, going through with like a light gray, and giving them kind of an all-over coat with a nice transition, and then dry brushing all of the edges with a pure white.
So black, gray zenithal, white dry brush.
Yeah.
The ultimate slap chop. Boom, new video, get some goblins in there.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I don't know if I could say that, put myself there.
Yeah, it would be very hard to hit the publish button after the ultimate slap chop.
The ultimate slap chop.
Not in 2024, man. No.
Well, I've seen like 3 of those videos this week, so yeah, I can't.
Yeah. It's not this week of all weeks. No.
Yeah. So as much as I would like to, if it was a year and a half ago, yeah, you know it. I'd be all about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do know it. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think we're
2022 was a good year for slap chop.
Yeah. It's still going,
2024 is a good year for goblins. Yeah.
It is. But even slap chop, dude, like multiple paint companies putting it in their actual marketing materials. Like, this paint made for slap chop. It's like, are you serious?
I'm happy about that.
I think it's funny. Great. It's insane though how it went from that, like, this homegrown thing almost to this taking over the industry, you know.
If the French wanted us to use the phrase engraissé, then I don't know, maybe they should have helped us invade Iraq, right? Like, just saying. Like, maybe
Wow.
I don't know. What are we mad at the French about? What? I don't know. Like,
right. I don't know, the Olympics right now. I don't know.
Maybe they should have joined the coalition of the willing. Yeah, maybe they should have done a better job moderating the breakdancing competition. I don't know. Did France do an okay job with the Olympics? Are the swimmers from honestly, the river all doing okay health wise? Or
yeah, I don't know. That's long term. But as far as I know, the Olympics went fine. Like, I don't know. That's just the last thing that they did. You know, the country of France. So, I don't know. But yeah, like I decided to go with that route because I'm trying to get a lot of models done, right? Like, I'm trying to get them ready for a potential game. Holy crap. There's a spider on my head. That's great. Anyways, yeah.
I got a spider situation going on over here too. And when I'm looking to the side, I got 2 cats negotiating quite the tricky situation over here.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they're able to keep the spiders off my head, you know.
I hope so. Actually, it's not been too bad this summer. Like, the spiders, no lizards, man. No lizards. It's been a good summer.
So I'm thinking of coming to visit you here soon, Casey, because yeah, I have deep memories to those goblins as well. Like, I bought 20 grot unit before they were even grots, really. I bought a 20 goblin unit of those plastic night goblins. Night Goblin Regiment, it was called.
Now they're called the Night Goblin Mob. Yeah.
Well, I had them when they were a regiment, and I had my 20 night goblins with spears, and I had my 3 goblin fanatics, my 3 metal goblin fanatics that hung out in the regiment. And these are goblins with giant chains attached to giant balls. And when the time is right, they're like hanging out in the regiment. When the time is right, they eat a lot of special mushrooms, which give them super goblin strength. And they just start spinning around with these giant balls. And they can kill a lot of Bretonnian knights. I know that from experience. My buddy Alex knows that all too well. Sometimes they killed more Bretonnian knights than my Snotling pump wagon did. So I've got fond memories of that goblin regiment.
Yeah. Nice.
I might come visit you and see how they're chopping along there.
Yeah. No, I think since you are coming up, we should play some games, do some fun stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. Although I do need some help Because I got a decent painting setup. We got the level 10 hobby room over here. You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever. But I need to set up a second station so that we're not just sitting at the same table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed.
So I'm gonna need a list.
Okay. Well, can you get that company to send you another sit-stand desk? So we go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Get another one of those desks.
I already did that.
Okay. We're gonna need a little mini fridge under there.
Got that.
Okay. I like the sun-kissed high seas.
Sun-kissed high
seas. Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar.
Oh, we got that. We got that at the 7-Eleven down the street. You remember that?
That's right.
That's
right.
on tap.
Okay, get that fresh. Good. Okay.
Got that fresh watermelon.
Okay, chocolate covered pretzels. Sour Patch Kids. Sour worms. Get the sour Haribo. Yeah. Haribo.
Yeah. Haribo? I don't know. I know what you mean, though.
And also from same company, the little Coke bottles.
Yeah, the Coke bottles,
gummy
for
Coke
sure.
bottles. Yep.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a pretty good start. That's the day one, and then we can talk about what to get from there.
Like, you want
Then we probably
daylight
get some hobby
bulbs?
supplies.
Yeah, no, I do have a mini fridge, and I do actually have a flexi spot desk just for you.
Oh,
so that is a thing.
My goodness. Okay, I was making some of that stuff up.
I know.
Yeah, cool,
I know.
Cool.
I'm thinking, like, technically, I got all this stuff covered. I do. Like, the mini fridge has been there, although it's kind of broken. It does make things cold, but like just on the too cold side of cold. You know what I mean? Like
you gotta pick the placement, huh?
Yeah. You gotta pick the placement because the like temperature gauge, the knob froze over and just broke, and now it is stuck on whatever just too cold is. So it'll keep drinks cold, but you gotta like stock the entire fridge to like regulate it, and that'll buy you a couple weeks, until bottles start breaking. But it works.
Thanks for the heads up. This is good to know. And, you got any of them like paints and brushes or? Yeah,
I got a few of them. I haven't been to Walmart lately to get your favorite brushes, so I got to do that. I was at a Michael's last week, and they have severely cut their selection of like hobby supplies.
Really?
Like their model kit section was like a quarter of what it used to be. They still had the testers paints, of course.
Of course, you gotta have it. Do they have golden so-flat still, or?
Yeah, they still have that.
Okay.
Like their paints weren't terrible. They had normal paints, and their inks were a little bit limited. But their brush selection, like they cut the entire aisle and they like put it on an end cap basically, and they're like, there's some brushes here for you.
Interesting.
So they just don't have any like the nice golden Teflon or whatever. Yeah, like they didn't have a lot of that stuff. So I was kind of bummed about that actually. I do need to get like a bunch of them. I'll probably just order them on Amazon. But no, I really do want to have like a fully second painting setup, because I feel like if anybody comes over, just having the stuff ready to go, like even if it's just a light that you could turn on, and it's like, well, here's your nice light that you can paint and sit at. It's just a nice thing to do, It's nice.
Yeah, and then like if one place gets really dirty, and you can just go use the other place.
Yeah, when there's
cluttered up
nobody
with
visiting.
Stuff.
Well, right now my desk is completely cluttered up too.
Right, one of those desks is just going to be permanently clogged with goblins, and so you're going to have to evacuate to your spare hobby area. It happens to all of us sometimes.
Yeah, like right now in my hobby space, I've got 4 standing desks. Yeah.
Perfect.
Like So yeah, like nice podcasting desk that used to be my main desk, and then I got a nicer main desk, so that's my main desk now. And then I've got some like workshop benches that are set to standing height, you know.
Yeah. Auxiliary Annex A and B. Yes, I got it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I need to figure out a way to make that make sense in this space and have that second setup. And obviously you're coming up, or I should say over. It's down and over, very far away. Pretty soon, and we got some cool stuff planned and some stuff to do that I'm not going to talk about.
Pretty cool. Yeah, that's the thing about this episode, man, is we gotta be playing our cards close to the chest here. So
yeah.
I mentioned that I was working on a competition piece for Nova, but here's the thing: I'm doing my Bjort Merbers disguise again.
Right. Yeah.
And so I don't want to let the cat out of the bag about what I'm working on. We're trying to keep that down low. And even. I'm actually not going as Bjort Merbers. I had to pick a different disguise.
Bjort Merbers.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It might be that. It might be that. But I also have to change my physical appearance. So for those of you not in on this joke, this is mostly for fun. Mostly for, make a video more interesting kind of thing. But I'm recording another I entered a painting competition under a fake identity, that sort of thing. Yeah. Mostly just for fun, but also I think the anonymity, entering the painting competition without people knowing whose piece is yours, I think it does make the judging just faster and easier. Like I trust all of these folks to be fair. I know probably at least half of the judges I know, and they know me. And I'm in no danger of winning or anything like that, and I trust them to be fair. But it's just cleaner if you don't know whose work it is that you're evaluating. You're not doing any second guessing or thinking about anyone's feelings or anything like that. It's just like dwarf's okay, put them in the okay pile, move on to the next thing. Perfect. The thing is, we're not even painting a dwarf. That's misdirection.
Yeah, complete misdirection. Haven't posted any pictures, no social media. He's going in blind with a new name, new disguise.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people watched that video with Bjort Merbers, and the Bjort Merbers persona is like Borat now. Borat was a disguise. But then everyone got to know Borat. Now everyone knows Bjort Merbers, and so you gotta retire that outfit.
I don't. Did Bjort Merbers have a voice? I don't even know.
No. Bjort Merbers didn't have a voice. He talks like Borat. Yeah.
Like specifically, that's what he actually was. Yeah. It's pretty recognizable these days. Like people are like, "What the hell are you doing, Brent?"
Gotta switch it up. Gotta braid that beard. Gotta braid that Merbers beard. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's it. You're talking about the misdirection of entering a dwarf. What if you did braid the hair and put some jewelry in it like a dwarf? Yeah, and wear like a bald cap. That would be great.
I did buy a bald cap.
You did? Oh. I'm just guessing.
But we shouldn't probably go any deper because,
No, don't spoil it. This is already great. This is perfect. We're right at the edge of excitement. No, this is good. Bald cap.
I'm actually not sure.
Beard,
I think this disguise might fail entirely, but it'll at least be funny. So, yeah, that's all that matters. Yeah. We like to have fun around here. It's okay to have fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, if you're going to Nova, listening to this podcast, if you're going, you should keep an eye out for whatever. You haven't come up with a name yet?
Well, that's the thing. Like, maybe I have, and I don't want to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but look, I've been thinking about Bjort like in The Simpsons.
Okay.
Bort. Hey, my son is named Bort.
That feels pretty dwarfy. I feel like I know where this is going. I'm just trying to suss this out, really.
Bort Underhill? Yeah.
It's Bjort.
Bjort.
Yes. I see it.
Bjort?
Yes. With a J. Hard J right in the middle.
This was understood. Yep.
Yeah, I know.
I know how to spell Bjort.
I get it. You've been practicing, I know.
Well, when I went disguised as Bjort Merbers, I completely forgot about the fact that there are two common spellings of Bert, B-E-R-T and B-U-R-T. Right. And so when I was trying to enter the competition, they couldn't find my registration because they were looking up Bert under the wrong names. And I feel like now one of my requirements for disguises is that there needs to be an obvious spelling for the pseudonym.
I mean, Bjort, I don't know.
I can only think of one way. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one way to spell it. If you walked up and said, "I am Bjort, please get me my model," like they're gonna be like, "Yes, sir, B-J-O-R-T." Like, there it is. Yeah, I feel like this is a winner. Maybe your model won't win, but this idea is a winner. Bald cap and a
Bjort is very strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Bjort is strong. Thank you. You develop the voice, right? You got to get that going. Just a little bit. Yeah.
So like I said, I gave myself 13 days to get ready for this competition, and I've got my disguise sorted out, and I've figured out how to transport my miniature, and I haven't started painting my miniature yet.
I feel like this is the important things have been taken care of. Get him. The cat is pushing the camera.
Well, she may have been pushing the camera, but what she was doing was chewing on the microphone wire.
Even better.
So the snapping you heard was me snapping my fingers to discipline Snuffles here to try to get her to stop chewing on the microphone cord. But
yeah. Let's not start that.
No, that's very bad, very bad.
Yeah.
So the other thing I've been working on for my entry is I've been experimenting with a resin pour, and a relatively simple base, but I haven't done resin water effects before, and so I'm just getting into that world. But you've done that before, right, Casey?
I've done a few. Yeah, like I've used a lot of still water, which is just like the single part. Pour it on, you keep the water tension just right, and it makes a nice little puddle, you know? I've done some nice bases that way, like where you kind of underpaint the base, that nice like teal color, put some stuff in there, put like little leaves in there, little red and yellow leaves, and then do the still water, and it's like this nice puddle of, you know, iridescent water or whatever, and that's been good. I did a resin pour, like a 2-part resin pour on my Trollgoth Hag, the Forge World one. Yep. And that's a pretty decent size base. And I did like, I don't know, it's behind me, let's say like 1/2 inch of actual resin. And it did not go well.
All right.
Yeah.
But how bad? How bad was it?
Well, okay. So this was, I think, right after you actually visited me last time. Or right before, I can't remember which. But the 7-Eleven down the street, they have big cups, right? And I thought, well, the cup's kind of round, right? So I can cut one of those 7-Eleven cups and hot glue the crap out of that to an actual base and make the edge for it. And that just did not work very well. And it spilled out almost entirely. So I had to do it twice, where everything already had kind of a covering of resin on it. I got it the second time.
So the big gulp and hot glue did work.
the second time. Yeah. But I feel like it also had resin to kind of hold on to that time. So, yeah.
So there's that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it looks really cool. The actual base part of it, like the bottom part of it, is a little messed up, and I've had to like shave it away and cut it away, which isn't great. But looking at the actual like results, it's really cool. So
nice.
I think if you have a place to put the resin, like, that's good.
Yeah. So the strategy I've used, I've done some tests here, and I think it's working out pretty well. But so I'm using wooden dowels as display plinths, and what I did is I took, so it's a flat cut wooden dowel, and I took my Dremel. Good to always be using power tools. But I took my Dremel power tool, and I kind of cut out a divot, like I scooped out the top of the plinth.
There you go.
To kind of make the pond into the wood of the display plinth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not having any edges be resin. Like, I'm not having...
Yeah.
The edge of the plinth is still the edge of the wooden plinth. And I'm filling the resin right up to the lip. And the way I want to do that, or the way I am doing that, is with a syringe. Just mixing up the 2-part epoxy resin, and then using a syringe to squirt that mixture right up to the lip of the plinth.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, I like that idea. Like, you're carving into the actual wood.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice. So you get a nice deep looking pour. Like, can you see through that? Is it like there's some depth to it?
Yeah, and I used just a little bit of I used speed paint to color it a little bit. So I'm going for like a pond or swampy look, so not high visibility water. So I used like a brown green speed paint. Mix that in with a 2-part epoxy, and it's deep enough so that you feel like you're looking into reasonably deep, murky water.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool. Yeah. The troll hack I did was also that swampy look. I used like a drop of like green and brown ink, I think. He's gonna eat the microphone. And that worked out pretty well, so I can imagine. But you didn't butane torch that sucker at all? You didn't burn off those bubbles?
No, I didn't. So this is something I've seen in a lot of other people's YouTube videos. Is they do an epoxy resin pour, and then they just pull out some open flame and just start torching the liquid. And the idea is that it heats it up, and any bubbles that were in there bubble out so that they're not bubbling during the curing process. And I did not use any open flames. I just did my little resin pour and figured if the swamp has bubbles, the swamp has bubbles.
Yeah. Well, and that does work well with a swamp, right? You're like, yeah, it's bubbly, murky water. Doesn't matter.
Yep. But still, the scale of the bubbles could have been wrong. But I really don't see too many bubbles in here, and I figure it's good enough.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to look at that and, there's some bubbles in this resin, man.
Yeah, bubbles in the swamp.
Too
Disqualified.
Bad. It's too bad. Yeah.
Bjort.
Bjort?
Nice try, Bjort.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta go with those
Better
bubbles.
luck next time.
I will use fire next time.
We'll use fire. Yeah, Bjort should have used fire.
Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, that's pretty exciting, though. That's cool. Is this something that you would, like, it's a pain, right, to use 2-part epoxy resin on, like, flat surfaces. It sucks.
Yes. Yep.
The only company that I've ever seen do something with that, I think, was what I guess now Steamforged. They did like bases with an actual crevice in it. It's an area to put things in.
Oh, did they? Oh, cool.
Yeah. I guess is whatever's War Machine had them.
So Privateer Press and their properties was recently acquired by Steamforged, something like that.
Either they sold it or Steamforged offered and bought it, or who knows, something. But they are now Steamforged games.
I don't know if it's an extremely lopsided partnership or it's a straight up acquisition, but
yeah, it's fair. I don't know.
Yeah. In related news, it looks like P3 paints are coming back.
Yes, they are.
I think that's going to be a Kickstarter that's soon.
On September 10th. Yes.
That's soon.
Yeah. That should be interesting. I'm hoping that they're going to actually do something pretty cool with that line of paints. I mean, I feel like a lot of people really liked P3 paints. Get your Menoth white highlight or whatever.
Yeah, they were a line of paints with some fans for sure. And I mean, these days there are so many paints out there though that, like, you know, I'm not encouraging everybody to go back another Kickstarter, but it would be interesting if that starts popping up in stores again and there being racks of P3 and yeah.
Well, if anything, I mean, if they're owned or acquired or working with Steamforged, then I mean they're gonna probably start including paints with all of their board games. Like, all of their board games are super model centric.
That's a great point.
They just assume that you have all the stuff to do it. But if they have some starter packs with Steamforged games and some other stuff, it could be interesting.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah, a good way to like offload some of their older models and stuff, you know. Get some of those Dark Souls models out there in the public. Yeah.
Yeah, always interested in new on-ramps for new painters. And if we got some Steamforged games, getting some P3 paints included in like weird little starter kits or whatnot, that's all good to my eye. Yeah.
I mean, their Kickstarters are massive, you know.
Yeah. Actually, that would give them a lot of relevance in the overall community. I hadn't connected those dots, but you're absolutely right. The Steamforged does some pretty big projects, and if they all of a sudden start packaging those, or you know, making starter kits with those P3 paints, so not that necessarily we would all want to go out and buy some, but if you have the opportunity to test them out, just to know what they are, because they might end up being relevant and notable.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. We'll see. I'm certainly interested enough. I mean, I still have P3 paints, so
I've got one old can of pig iron. That's all I got.
Yeah, the pig iron was good. Yeah, they had some good metallics. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That'll be interesting though. And it's coming up. Speaking of Kickstarter though.
Okay.
And I know it's been around for years at this point, but have you seen actual gameplay of Kingdom Death Monster?
No, I've never seen anyone play it. I think I've talked to John Nenus about it, and he loves it. But that's all my knowledge right there.
Yeah, for a long time that was the extent of my knowledge. It was like, oh, this is that game that John likes.
Yep.
You know. But no, I've been listening to Dungeons and Daddies again. Like I let it pile up a little bit, and now I'm like hard in. I've completed the second season. But one of the things that they started doing is playing Kingdom Death as a podcast. And it's awesome.
Really?
Yes. Like, it actually sounds like a legitimately awesome game.
Wait, what's the podcast called?
Dungeons and Daddies.
and it's just on their normal feed?
I think it might be extras. I think it might be like a Patreon thing.
Gotcha.
I don't know anymore. It's just I have the feed on my phone, and it is what it is.
Yep.
But they've been playing, and I mean, at least from what they've been saying after, a few episodes, is that people like it enough they're going to keep doing it. But it's very compelling. Like, and it actually got me thinking about, like, I need to follow this campaign. And holy crap, is it expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the base set's like $450. It's insane.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I am on the edge of, like, just doing it.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I don't have to. I know I don't have to. I certainly don't have to. Like, I still have to fill out the survey for the last Scale 75 thing, and then I'm getting my Orc Pirates in the mail pretty soon. Like, I've got Kickstarters. I don't need another one. But even on their website,
this doesn't have to be a Kickstarter, though. What if you could just
and it's not. It's on their website. I can buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The like first, the main game and the like bigger expansion together, like they're both big box. That's $800 just on its own right there. I'm not a huge fan of some of it. Like, I'm not really into the whole, like, pinup monster thing. Like, I know a lot of people like that.
There's a lot of phalluses in the art design.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's pretty gnarly. But it's, like, super dark, gnarly.
Yeah.
Dark Souls on steroids, which I think is cool. I think it's great. But the actual gameplay itself, the way that the game is played, feels like something that would be fun to do. So I don't know. I've been on the edge. I've had it in my cart. I've visited the website and looked at the cart. That whole thing. And you look at it, and you're like, not today.
I have one of their smaller, I don't know if it was a full starter or not, but the White Lion set. So I have 4 survivors and a White Lion, and I don't know if we could do anything with that. But
I mean, unless you have the, like, 10,000 cards and,
I do not.
Yeah. No, they have sets on their own. They're like models, because they're like a model forward company. They're like, we're gonna make good models out of resin as best we can, and then there's a game that's attached to it, right? I think most people that end up getting into KDM have models. They're in it for that.
Yep.
But then it turns out this game seems actually incredible. So I don't know.
Well, I am curious, and I would certainly play with you if that's what you wanted to do, Casey. But right now, I think I need to feed Snuffles. I think that's what's going on here.
I know she's in it. She's getting
like that. She may be more energized this episode 117 of Paint Brave the podcast, than she has ever been.
She's trying to cut your mic off.
Yeah, we might need to wrap this up, Casey. She
that's fine.
Seems very hungry for a chunky monkey.
Well, just so you know, I have been thinking about Kingdom Death. That's all. I went and got.
Well, now I'm thinking about it. We're all thinking about it.
There is a tabletop simulator version, fan made version of it. I've been reading through that and going through that a little bit. So, I'm just saying there's possibilities we could maybe get this going at some point. But until then, thank you again for joining us on another episode of Paint Bravely. If you enjoyed this podcast, that's what we're doing. Please help us out by leaving us a review on iTunes, subscribing to the YouTube channel, and sharing this message with your hobby friends. And as always, we appreciate each and every one of you for listening, and we will talk to you next time.
Talk to you next time.